All right, everybody, it's here. Stellaris 3.0, the dick patch. Anyway, let's jump in and design our species and get going on Nemesis. So, what was my plan for this? Well, there are a couple of things I wanted to do. The first, these guys, Divine Alari Imperium. I want them to be more, their inspiration. Recommended. Okay, does that mean I don't have the DLC? I do, though. Okay, well, I'll be back in a few. Bye! Alright, y'all. Sorry for the little hiccup there. Apparently I had to wait a couple minutes for the actual DLC to load, but we have it. And so, I want to just go over some of the changes I've made to these various little critters. I did that real quick off camera. It's not that big of a deal. Basically, the Divine Alari Imperium, I always meant for them to be sort of based on the Dragon Riders of Perm. And so, I made them a little bit more medievally. Like, I gave them Feudal Society, Aristocratic Elite. I toned down the Spiritualist and add some Militarist to them. So, hopefully they'll be a little bit more like how I imagine like a feudal space empire would work. And other than that, I think I'm going to leave most everything the same. Now, one awkward bit is I am not playing as human this time. So that means that we're actually going to be short 2 empires because basically human automatically also have the Commonwealth of Man. So I'm wondering if I do want to make one more and just to fill up the galaxy a little bit further, or do we allow like a random one to appear? I think I'm just going to let a random one form this time, because I want to get into it, right? Like, it's exciting, it's new, it's crazy, so let's get going. And so basically, I've mentioned these guys before in my Doomsday Origin Science of Stellaris show. They were for the little, like, I always like to do a little, like, short science fiction story and then explain the science actually behind it. And so, like, these guys were mentioned in the Doomsday Origin episode of that. And so I thought it'd be really fun to play them, and they kind of fit the whole Nemesis theme. So the Yokanon Chosen basically are on a doomed world, Doomsday. The world's going to explode, everybody's going to die, and it's driven them to desperate measures. And those desperate measures are, they've all embraced this death cult. And they're going to start doing sacrifices to try to appease the gods and or help them in war. So I imagine they're almost inspired by like kind of the more bloodthirsty depictions of the Aztec Empire, which I mean isn't like entirely accurate. Like the Aztecs had a death cult themselves, but I don't know. As a people, I think they were the most. Oh, hold on. Am I recording? I am recording. Okay. I think they were maligned because the only people who wrote about them in history were the Spanish conquistadors. And of course, they're going in with a very different view towards the Aztecs. Anyway, you know what I mean, though. Like, the Aztecs, like, everyone depicts them as these crazy, like, blood drinkers and stuff. And I don't know how much of that was accurate and how much of that was just the Spanish historians trying to justify the genocide of the Aztecs. So who knows? But yeah. So like, they have a death cult, and I decided Shadow Council will be the other thing that I go for, mostly because I want to see how infiltration works, and this just boosts infiltration. You see the maximum infiltration level plus 10. That's a new effect of the Shadow Council. Election influence stuff. I mean, maybe we'll do some election shenanigans. I don't know if it's really necessary. But since elections happen every 20 years, maybe it is a good idea. Well, let's try to make use of this if we can. Now, the reality is I'm going to be spending influence like mad in the beginning claiming systems trying to find a world that we can move to. I also went with conformist because that kind of goes well with the fanatic spiritualist. Actually, it doesn't, now that I think about it, but they'd be conformists anyway, because, I mean, the only survivors of this planet, the ones left, are the crazy death cult that took over. So, basically, everyone else, like, either if they could, they left, or if they couldn't, they just, like, killed themselves, or, you know, everyone's sad because the world's doomed, so... But these guys are like, no, guys, like, it's fine. We just have to feed our angry gods blood, and then we can survive this trial. So that's what I'm doing with these guys. And I think it's going to work pretty well in terms of, you can use, like, Doomsday gives you a lot of additional resource production. Death Cult does the same thing. You can sacrifice to get a bonus to, there's an edict that will stack with the other one. So, since we're going to be losing most of our population anyway when the planet explodes, I'm going to be spamming the sacrifices, and hopefully that'll let us build a big fleet. This is a rush build, is what I'm trying to say. Like, basically we're going to rush out and try to conquer other people as fast as possible. The phone. This is why I record at night, by the way, because this stupid... And it's pointless. Like, the phone is literally just spam. You know, it's... We'll wait for it to be done. Oh my gosh. And there's a lawnmower outside you can probably hear. This is a disastrous beginning. Speaking of disasters... No, but the... Anyway, okay, I think it's done. Good. Select. I'm also going to do a couple of changes here. We're going to stick with the same size. I do want advanced AI starts. I'm going to do like 3. Max Fallen Empires is good. 2 Marauder, max that out. Leave this all normal. Crisis Strength. I'm going to leave this on 25. One day we'll be able to like beat a size 25 Crisis, and it'll be great. Now, as for the actual... You can see this? You can actually select your Crisis type. So I am going to do Unbidden, because I think that fits with a religious, like, psionic empire. We're going for Unbidden. Well, I guess we'll leave mid-game start year and end-game start year where they are. I'm turning off victory year, but maybe I will turn on victory. See, difficulty... Oh, let's ramp this up. I want to go 2... Let's just go 1 up. I think one reason I did so well was I thought I had this on a higher difficulty setting. See, I don't want to jump too much, because, well, I don't know. We did really well last time. Up to a point. Let's play on Admiral. 1 below the most difficult. We're not going to scale difficulty. Normal, aggressiveness is fine. Clusters is fine. Advanced neighbors. I'm going to leave the advanced neighbors off for now because I do have a couple of determined exterminator types. And this will just be a wash, I think, if we start with an advanced determined exterminator right next to us. Maybe in the future we'll make it a little bit harder. I don't know. Guaranteed Habitable Worlds doesn't even apply to us, but I like to keep it at 1. Some people play with it off. Some people play with max, but I leave it at 1. And the idea behind that is... Why would you go out into space in the first place? It would be because you've spotted on your telescopes a potential habitable planet, right? Like, you don't want to go out into the void. Well, I mean, technically, you could probably live around any star system. There'll be enough debris to collect that you can build space stations. But assuming that you still plan to live on planets, well, you wouldn't go out into space unless you saw, oh, there's a planet over in the next star system. Let's go there. So that's why I leave it at 1, just for, in my head, that makes some sense. Carabineers on, Xenocompatibility off. We played with it on last time. It was interesting, but we're going to try something different this time. We're going to leave it off. I will go back to having Xenocompatibility on. I just feel like I want the Xenocompatibility run that we did. Oh, by the way, that is not a canceled series. I'm just going to be putting out... I've filmed the whole thing. I played Stellaris for like a week straight, and I got all of it filmed right up to a satisfying conclusion for the xenocompatibility run. So that is done. I got the episodes all like recorded. I'm going to be putting them out like once a week. And so eventually you will be able to see like the entirety of that series. It's just that the save is now broken, so I wouldn't be able to continue to play it in Nemesis. And plus, I'm ready to start fresh. Like that series, it took a long time. There was points in the middle where we're just doing really, really well, and it didn't feel like anything was threatening us. So I want to avoid that this time. I want to feel like I have to be on my toes, and I have to be really paying attention to all those small little details that make you play well in Stellaris. Because I feel like last time, towards the end of the game, I was just kind of like, la, 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 and just, I didn't play to the max ability, and I would like to attempt to do that this time, especially now that planetary management is simplified.
Welcome, everyone. Cold War. I am Frederick Knudsen, and I am joined this morning, evening, very early morning for us.
Weird.
I'm joined...
It started to play the live stream in the background of my game. Okay. I don't know why it would do that. So I got the Steam, basically the Steam thing is up, and they've added like the official live streams go live on Steam, and that just started going on its own in the background. So that scared me. I was like, wait, what? Is someone taking over my machine? But no, that's all that was. Anyway, so we're playing with Xeno compatibility off and Iron Man mode on, of course. We want those delicious achievements. And let's get going. Now, I might do a couple of restarts off camera if we get like a bad beginning. Like what I mean by a bad beginning, I want like a nice sort of core set of worlds. I don't want to be like I also don't want to be too close to the edge of the galaxy. I feel like that tends to make your games a little bit less interesting. I want to be either towards the middle, the center, like, or in the kind of middle spiral. So that's like kind of my requirements. It'd be nice to see other stuff, like, black hole nearby is always good. Nebula nearby is nice. That kind of thing. I don't know if I'm going to like restart a ton to guarantee those things, but I might restart a bit. The other condition is, and this one, and people are gonna be like, "Oh God, stop restarting." I can see it now where I'm gonna be restarting constantly. But I don't want to get Grenur for our precursor chain again, and it's not because it's bad or anything. It's one of the best. It's because I just want something a little bit different in flavor from our previous game. So if we get it again, I'm just going to, say, okay, let's do a mulligan, and I'll play through a couple of games until we get a different start. So if we have a cut here, that is what happened. Anyway, see you in game, everybody. Let's do this. The new music for Nemesis, by the way, it was playing a little bit. Oh, it's so good. I turned up the volume of the game a little bit so you can maybe hear that. Okay, Yokanon Chosen, the Grim Council. I love that name for a government, Grim Council. Kazan is dying. Our homeworld has been plagued by earthquakes and volcanic eruptions for thousands of years before our scientists finally confirmed the unthinkable. Their calculations showed that our tectonically unstable planet will tear itself apart within a century or two. With no way of halting this process, it was realized that our survival as a species would depend on our ability to leave Kazan behind and seek refuge elsewhere amongst the stars. An unprecedented industrial and technological buildup followed, and our civilization rapidly progressed from primitive atmospheric flight to early space travel. The first vessels capable of hyperspace travel are ready, but there is not much time. We must find a new home. Okay, so let's pretend our headcanon is that all that kind of started to happen, but people were panicking, and this leader, Von Voon, started a death cult, and everyone got on board with it. So let us begin. We'll leave it pause a sec. Let's look at our beautiful doomed world. This is a new thing, by the way, industrial districts. So they split. They've done a lot in terms of how the buildings are going to be done now, and how population works and all that stuff. So buildings are now based on the level of your capital building. I think unlocks new slots. Yeah, building a city district or upgrading your planetary administration. So if this gets upgraded, or if you get a city district, yeah, a building slot +1. So if you want a ton of buildings on a planet, then you need city slots. The other thing that they've done is they spun off all the alloys are no longer made, I don't think, by foundries. Oh, they are made by... Okay, you still have foundries. And civilian industries. Interesting. Well, you have this district as well. So you can get more metallurgists and artisans using the industrial districts instead of building a building. I'm not sure why that was needed if they still have these buildings, but okay. And then, like, most of the other stuff is fairly normal. Oh, God. I honestly, I'm not sure why they did it this way. Maybe it's so it's easier to get... I guess they wanted this district to, like, for foundries later. I'm not sure. Honestly, this feels a little weird that they would do it this way. But it's kind of, like, it's a nice district. I'll probably be building a bunch of these because we want as many alloys as we can get. Especially early game, because the whole point is we are rushing a fleet and going out to just, like, destroy all the any neighbors. They've also changed, let's see, so we're in the middle of the galaxy. That's pretty good. No black holes nearby. Well, there's some down here. We're going to be aggressive and expansionist, so we'll probably go towards the Shadow Nebula. And we got to keep in mind that this is not going to be our capital. We have about 30 years to sort things out. Oh, they don't have all the... I guess they went back to that situation. Or no, they didn't. I don't know what I'm talking about. I thought, like, you started with all this stuff already built. I'm thinking back to how you started with everything. It used to be stuff wouldn't be scanned, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and we'll queue up our science ship and just get out there and try to find planets. I don't know if I'm going to scan right away because we're more about finding planets first. So in fact, let's well, I guess I will order them to scan. This is the direction we are more likely to find stuff in. So let's get going. If we don't get Grenur, I'm going to keep this start. It's not awful. Let's take a look at our government. Our leader's okay too, actually. Monthly minerals, very good. And explorer, that's good to see. Develop industry, so get minerals from jobs, even more minerals, that's good. I don't think you have, yeah, there's no, with oligarchy, you don't get the campaign promises, so we don't have to worry about checking our situation log every 10 years. So this one's interesting because I love those munchoffs and the eyebrows, by the way. That is fantastic, Contaras. Do we go for weapons first? Or research speed? Or... I'm tempted to get the research speed first because we might not be focusing on energy weapons so much this time. If we're going to be conquerors, like, it makes sense to have, like, the engineering weapon techs a little bit earlier. Defense army damage versus unity versus society research. I do want to boost my military stuff sooner rather than later, but we can also do that by unlocking the supremacy techs. So I think I'll stick with that. Let's see. Well, I don't see any nebula nearby. There's one kind of nearish, but we won't get there fast. I'm going to go for the strike craft first. I don't know, it doesn't feel 100% great, especially because he's got industry. Let's actually not. Let's get research. we'll just do kind of research and society boost first. Because we don't know, like we might end up needing to colonize a planet out here, something like that. So let's get going on our science ships. I'm glad that they're super cheap. That is actually quite nice, and we'll speed up a bit and just... Oh, the end is nigh. So 35 to 45 years, as earthquakes and volcanic activity on Kazan continue to increase in frequency and intensity, our scientists are now able to more accurately predict when the end will come. They estimate that we have between 35 to 45 years till the planet detonates. Conditions on the surface will steadily deteriorate until then. The only good news is that the violent tectonic movements have made it easier to access the rich resources of the planet's mantle, increasing our production capacity. There is not much time. Alright, so we just get a boost to all of our alloys and everything. Let us start with... I can't do a sacrifice? What's going on here? Oh, is it edict? It might be an edict. Sacrifice. Let's see here. Bounty. So we gain energy and mineral income per month. It'll last, 5... Oh, they nerfed it a bit. It used to be 10 years. I guess you can stack it. So, let's see. A sacrifice made. Bounty for the Yokazan chosen. Very cool. What is this? Veneration of Saints. Interesting. Fortify the border. Evacuate. What is this one? Colony development speed plus 100% resettlement cost. Okay, that one's really good. We need to have a colony first. Oh, okay. So, fair enough. Fair enough. Fortify the border doesn't help us. Maybe I should save my influence. Well, 45 is not much. And let's see. I don't care about uni. I don't care about pop growth as much. Let's do bounty. I like that, actually. Boom. A sacrifice made. Bounty for the Yolkahan chosen. A sense of well-being can already be felt throughout the Yolkahan chosen as pilgrims gather at their chosen places of worship. Sometimes they make offerings. Many take advantage of the myriad stalls and street sellers which serve our holy sites. Various rituals have been observed and invested in the cycle's mortal initiates, whose silent procession was festooned with garlands of various kinds. The principal death priest at Kazan led an inspiring sermon promising productive and comfortable lives for all. At the sermon's close, each moral initiate proceeded to the sacrificial chamber to meet their end, leaving a legacy in benevolent study. Blessed be the divine! The sacrifice of moral initiates has granted an additional 6% output of minerals and energy. Boom. Okay, now we really have a lot of minerals and energy. Delicious. It's percentage, so it's actually not that much at all, but, you know, whatever. What's this situation log? It's supposed to give us a situation? No? Victor has been disabled. Oops. You have to set a victory date to have victory enabled. Okay, well, let's restart. that kind of sucks, but I mean, you see what I'm doing anyway. Like, I can skip all the reading and all that. So I'm gonna put a cut here, and we will get back into it after, because I want a victory condition enabled, you know. So let me go ahead and fix that. Bye. Okay, y'all, we're back. I set the victory here for like 3,200, which is probably a mistake. It should be not so crazy of a time, but at least it exists. Like, I assume we're gonna win our victory, right? If we go to where is the victory? Is it in here? Nope. Situation log. So now it should be enabled. Okay. So yeah, like I basically wanted to have like a 1,000-year timeline, because we're going to get victory by killing everybody else. So we just need a victory enabled. Yeah, everyone is going to be sacrificed in the name of our bloodthirsty gods. So we don't need to worry about the date on that. Let's see, agenda fleet expansion. Ooh, that's nice. Ship build speed. That's actually even better. And edicts cost is cheap. Okay, I'm loving this new leader. The Dread Cardinal Von Voon. Oh, beautiful. That's much better than the start we had. Wait, let me look at the map. Let me look at the map. I don't want to be on the edge of the galaxy. Oh, the map is good, too. It's good because, like, look how much closer we are to a black hole and a nebula. Like, delicious. So we'll have to, like, work our way down towards that. Yummy. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. So let's have you... I will send you on scanning, because we're going to build a ton of these ships anyway. Little science vessels. I don't think they'll scan any kind of cool thing, but whatever. No, okay. I don't know what I just said, but fusion reactor, beautiful. Definitely going to go for those. I guess Unity. We are a pretty Unity-heavy build because we're, spiritualists, so... It's tempting to get afterburners just because this leader has propulsion expertise. Or do we go for just straight engineering boost? I'm actually going to go for afterburners this time because we do get 150 months. What? Oh, it's because it's paused, and I'm sure that the effects of this science lab haven't kicked off yet. As for our edicts, my voice just cracked. Lovely. Sacrifice bounty. Blessed be the divine. And that cost us only 40 that time. So delicious. A new construction ship. Get going on the mineral production. I probably shouldn't sacrifice it immediately. I'm sure there's an optimal time frame, but whatever. The end is nigh. Yeah, like sacrificing immediately like hurts your population a bit, which I don't know if that's great, but now I got three new jobs. How about that? Delicious. Some clerks, farmers, mortal initiates, miners. Very good. This will fill up pretty fast, so I don't mind. We can go faster speed. I'm going to try to play on faster speed this time. There's going to be less need for me to stop, pause, and explain why I'm making certain decisions. So I think that will help. Survey speed up. I don't have enough energy. Let us sell these because we don't need them immediately, and we do need to scan as fast as possible. So survey speed faster, that sounds good to me. I want you to kind of work your way towards the shroud, because usually AI empires spawn like within nebula and stuff. So we're gonna go down there. We're trying to find our first potential conquests. So that's the main way I plan to expand. Just like making use of our military, because we're going to have a big boost to alloy production and all that good stuff. And yep, at this point we're just kind of, okay, we got our first thing. It's just like a standard thing. I will research those because, well, I don't know, I should probably focus on scanning and not researching, but if I level up my scientists faster, then they'll be better. I think scientists that...
Anomaly found.
Okay, so the harassing concordate. I guess we'll take that one. I was really hoping for the Droni because we're a religious empire, but I'm not going to constantly restart just to spawn the Droni. I wish that you could choose your precursor. This one is not the best, but it's okay. It's okay for conquests I get. Well, no, actually, it's kind of... This one's garbage, if I'm being honest. The Erassians are not great. Gosh, now I've almost talked myself into restarting until we get the Droni quest chain. Do we want to do that? Because the Erassians are boring. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do it. It's insane, and it means I'm gonna be off camera again, another cut again. This episode is nuts, but basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna restart until I get a start where we have the Droni precursors, because That's very good for a spiritualist empire. This is probably the only time I'm going to really play as a spiritualist empire. At least like a very devoted spiritualist empire. So I want like all the psychic stuff to be front and center, and the Zeroni will just accelerate all of that. So yeah, we're gonna restart and replay until that actually happens. So hold on to your butts. I think what I'll do is I'll do a like a time lapse where I'm just kind of like recording and restarting recording. You can see how many hours it takes me to get the actual the setup I want, because for whatever reason they decided not to give us the ability to pick our precursor events. Anyway, I'll do the cut here and we'll have a little time lapse. It'll be fun. Alright, everybody, I still don't know what the precursor is for this, but I wanted to showcase one of the new, things. So you get these new... So First Contact, they decide to make more mysterious. Like, when you meet an empire, you don't really know anything about them. So, they have new stuff. So let's take a look at it, right? So First Contact protocols. Our recent encounter with alien life forms has reignited and made suddenly more urgent the old debate on how we should approach contacting any potentially intelligent alien civilizations we may meet. While some advocate focusing on establishing friendly relations as quickly as possible by contacting them with a message of peace, others advise caution, pointing out that we cannot know whether alien minds bear ill intent towards us and that it would be unwise to let them know too much about us before it is necessary. A third, more radical group push for preemptive action against them. With the security of all Yokanans at risk, they say, we dare not hesitate to take whatever measures necessary to gain the upper hand against any potential Xeno threat. Let's do this one. We're going to be very aggressive this game, so let's see. We must ward off those who would threaten us. This policy can attack neutral entities, enables hostile first contact options, such as abduction and dissection. Beautiful. Yes. How about World's Commendable Initiative? I like this start a lot. I really hope that, because we already have a planet, a big planet, I'm hopeful that it will be the right kind. Like, I don't know. I might just if it's not the Grenur, I might just accept it. But we'll see. We'll see. So let's see here. I would love to get the Zeroni quest chain, but sometimes that's not in the cards. So I guess I'll send you... Oh, let's go... Let's do a little loop, and then go down here. Sure. And you... Get a mining station. But, yeah, so I want to show that off. What are we doing with traditions? It's interesting, right? We could go for supremacy straight away. And just try to, be super aggressive, build a big fleet, and conquer. Which I think is what I'm going to do. But expansion's a possibility as well. I'm going to do supremacy. We are playing very aggressively, and I like the idea of being ready if we start a first contact war. Because that's something that can happen. Like, first contact can lead to a war, because you don't understand each other, and that means you gotta fight. So, alright, let's...
Construction complete. Anomaly found.
Okay, anomaly... come on, where's the precursor? I really, really hope that we get the Zeroni precursor. That'd be nice. What can I sell on the market to be able to afford a scientist? Nothing. I don't want to give up any alloys. We could sell a little food. Go down to like 99 food. Okay. It wasn't even quite enough. Oh well. I guess we wait while that upticks. And he can just kind of be here, sitting, waiting. But yeah, like, so we'll see what our precursor is. Come on, really want that droning, because this is a great start. We got planet all ready for us. We've got modified pilot. What a tragic fate. If I click off something real fast, it's because it's just kind of not a very interesting. I guess statecraft. Can we benefit from that? We can. Let's put the statecraft one on there. And get the genetics guy here. We're doing a psionic extension, so that's one reason I want the Droni. That makes it so much easier to do that. But I don't know. It's a little bit tricky sometimes with getting the right precursor. And I don't know if it's worth me like just spending forever restarting. Ooh, this archaeology site could be significant. What is this? Target from orbit. Damn. So Droni starts as an archaeology site. That's why I got excited seeing that. Ship build costs reduce and build speed up. Yes. Let's take a look at our Corvette. Yeah, our Corvettes are going to be super cheap. We're going to have plenty of alloys and no short amount, and it won't take very long. Okay, let's, what do we build? That costs 500. What about 400? So this gets 2 metallurgist jobs. Oh, planet limit of 1. I see. That's why they did this. They're limiting stuff. Is everything a planet limit of 1? No. I wonder why this one is planet limit of 1. I guess I don't want you to spam this, but if you want to really have a lot of alloy production, you can build one of these. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. We should also expand here and all that. Like, yeah, you're ready. Let's build the starbase. Oh, a Gaia world? Okay, time out. You're gonna move here, and I'm gonna claim this Gaia world. It might be a holy world, but we'll see. If it is a holy world, then maybe we don't claim it. I don't know.
System survey complete.
In fact, I'm going to wait on building this expansion until I know if this is claimed by a precursor species. Hopefully it's not. If it's just a free size 20 Gaia world. It's the paradise promised by our dark and miserable gods. Still no precursor. Come on.
Anomaly found.
Okay. Are you a holy world? You are not. You're just like literally the most beautiful planet I've ever seen. Yeah, we're going towards that for sure. Just a size 20 Gaia world with like all the districts you can ever imagine. That's fantastic. Now, maybe in Nemesis, like, you don't know they're holy worlds until you make contact.
Construction complete.
I'm not sure exactly how that... Ooh, another one. Savannah world. Lovely. Some nano sand. Okay, that probably means that this is an Algate. You can research that. Wow, for a Doomsday start, this is perfection. Like, multiple planets nearby. Yeah, really, really good to see all that.
Construction complete.
All right, and you go ahead and claim this, and we'll definitely colonize that. That's gonna be our future capital.
Anomaly found.
I might just keep this playthrough, even if we get Grenur, because I mean, come on, that is like ship upkeep and naval capacity versus. We're not fighting the war yet, so let's I mean, I suspect we will be starting war with somebody. I mean, the whole point of this build is fast and aggressive play. Still don't know our precursor. And the longer I don't know, the more nervous I get. Because I'm getting really invested in this. And it's going to turn out to be Grenur again. And it's just not... I want people to have variety, you know? That's the spice of life. So... Alright, you are definitely ready to build something. We shouldn't have a deficit. It's just... How do we have a food deficit? That's crazy to me. Guess we gotta build another agricultural district. That's not what I wanted to do, though. Ugh, man, we have no choice, though. We'll starve to death otherwise. Okay, we'll build that, and I will get an alloy foundry at least, because our main focus on this planet is just getting alloys as fast as we possibly can.
Construction
in order
complete.
to build our fleet and all that juicy stuff. Okay, Solar Sailor, let us go ahead and colonize this planet straight away. So all of the challenge, lacking food. Yeah, that's okay. Well, is it because Kazan does Doomsday reduce food? Alloys, minerals, energy, stability goes down, so that might be the issue. Okay, well, we need food desperately so we can build up the colony ships. So hopefully we get that sorted sooner rather than later. I'll just wait till our minerals tick up enough to actually get down here. Machinery inside, so yeah, proceed carefully. And it was dangerous, so... Oh, we do have a source of Zhro. That's fantastic. For us, especially.
System survey complete.
And it's in a spot that I don't think we will have to fight anyone over. Ah, the Grenur. And the frustrating thing is the Grenur is actually great because it lets us get Gaia worlds and we don't have to get the stupid... We won't have to waste an extension perk slot on getting the Gaia terraforming, but we can still have consecrated worlds, which is great for spiritualist empires. The trouble is we had it last time. And I wanted to show, have a little bit of variety. Oh, but this start is so good. You know what? We're just gonna go with it. I'm a little sad we're not gonna get the Zhroni start. I'm more than a little bit sad. I'm actually like that. That bums me out. The other the issue is this is such a good start. God, I would hate to give it up just because of our precursor being one we've already seen. Oh man. I think I'm going to go with it. It's a shame, but what can you do? And we'll just have to wait until it's going to be slow, I think, to get our psionic ascension going. But them's the breaks. I don't want to ooh, comet sighted makes us all super happy. But this is too much of a
Initiating tactical.
Ooh, hostiles. Enigmatic spacefarers. News of alien ships humming through the ether has reached Kazan. In many ways, ending the first chapter in the book of the Yokazan Chosen's. I keep saying Kazan. It's Yokahan Chosen's bid for a stellar empire. Intriguing. Encounter in Airnes. We have made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Airnes system. For now, we have codenamed them Beta aliens. I like to call them Lunch. Until we can find out more about them. If they possess a language, we should decipher it so that we can access more. Interesting. We made first contact with an unknown and obviously dangerous alien presence. We first encounter. Assign an envoy to investigate. Okay, so this is all brand new mechanic. Brand new. I've never seen it before. I don't even know how it works because I didn't get a chance to watch any live streams. And they didn't give me any early copies because let's face it, we got 35 subscribers. So Anyway, let's see. We've made first contact with mysterious aliens in the air nest system. For now, we have codenamed them Beta Aliens. Until we can find out more about them, if they possess a language, we should decipher it so we can assess how much of a threat they pose. To learn more, we need to assign one of our envoys. So let's do just that. Oh, cool. So it's kind of like a archaeology event, but for envoys. Neat. All right, we'll leave them doing that, and well, for now, we're basically. I think this has been a decent start. Like we know that we'll be safe because we have a delicious Gaia world to colonize, and it'll be interesting. This is a good stopping point. Because I did have to do a little extra recording because of that time lapse shenanigans. But yeah, I decided we're not going to try to get the Zeroni precursors. I like this start, and it actually, being able to make Gaia worlds without needing society management. What is this? I guess they changed the name from traditions to society management. But yeah, like we won't need to get the is it World Shaper? Yeah, we won't need to get World Shaper in order to make use of where are they? Consecrated Worlds, and so it kind of works out for us. Although I really did want the extra Zro, but it's fine. We do have the deposit, so we'll have some Zro, and we'll definitely be getting that sooner rather than later. It's very important for spiritualist empires. They use the Zro. Oh man, I am a little bit sad though, because you won't get a chance to see that cool storyline. I don't know. What do you guys think? This is such a good start. Should we continue with it, or should I actually, off camera, try to get the Zeroni start? Even if it means abandoning this Gaia world and the Grenur. Leave a comment, please. I appreciate the feedback that you folks give and all that good stuff. Anyway, this is, it's been Nemesis, like the start of it. So we will be absolutely doing a real deep dive into it, and just, it's going to be a blast, I suspect. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the new mechanics. It's funny, I'm looking forward to all the new mechanics except they become the crisis mechanic, which might be fun, but I'm worried it's going to be, it'll feel too, it's either going to end up being like you have to like just, I don't know, I feel like it's going to take over the game, I guess, and it's going to be a whack-a-mole scenario where like I'm fighting everybody at once and drive me crazy, but let's, look forward to it, right? Anyway, cheers, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, don't forget to comment about whether I should keep this start or try to get a Zeroni precursor. And if I don't get any feedback, because, not everyone watches this series, but everyone should, obviously. But, not everyone has a chance to watch the longer time series. But, I might make an executive decision off camera, so don't be surprised if we have a slightly different start. Okay, here's how I'm going to set it up. If I get comments saying, no, keep this is fine, I will keep it. If I don't get comments saying that, I will try to get the Zeroni start, even though it means giving up a free size 20 Gaia world in the process. With, oh god, it's such a good world though. Look at it, an asteroid belt and natural beauty. Oh, that's stupid good. Anyway, we will just kind of, we will leave it at that. And, oh god, part of me really, really wants to keep this, because, it's so, that world is literally, that's the best planet I've ever seen in Stellaris. Not gonna lie, this is literally the best planet I've ever seen. Extra minerals, a ton of mineral space, and natural beauty. I mean, come on a Gaia world that's size 20. That's the best planet I've ever seen in Stellaris. I can't think of one other one that had two good boosts and size 20 and Gaia world. That's a fantastic planet. So it's really, really tempting to keep this run. On the flip side, it's a little bit, we've seen the Grenur, we've seen them, and it might feel samey. I don't want this run to end up being kind of the same thing that we had last time. So that I might, if people say keep this, I'll probably keep this. If people don't say anything, or they say, nah, we want to see the Droney, then I will restart Tug at the Droney. Off camera. Anyway, so make sure you put that comment in if you feel strongly about this. Anyway, I appreciate y'all tuning in, and this has been our start of Nemesis. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.